report one voter in the northeastern American state of Pennsylvania have voted in an important presidential primary contest. Experts say Senator Hillary Clinton must win to stay in the race. She is expected to win. However, she needs to win by a large number of votes if she is to narrow the lead of her opponent. Senator Barack Obama, he is ahead in the popular vote and in the number of the nominating delegates. Ms. Clinton says a victory of Pennsylvania, along with her wins in California and New York, will prove that Mr. Obama cannot win in states with a large number of delegates. Mr. Obama said that he does not expect to win Pennsylvania, but he believes he had already cut into her once large lead. Former United Nations chef Kofi Annan is warning that climate change is making the food crisis worse. He said the threatened political securities. Mr. Annan spoke Tuesday in Geneva for the Global Humanitarian Forum, a new group that examines the effect on climate change. The former UN Secretary General predicted more food streaks and demonstrations serve an unpredictable weather, he said, has hurt the abilities of many areas to grow crops. He said poor farmers are the most affected. Mr. Allen said countries that produce the most pollution should help poor farmers deal with climate change. The United Nations Food Agencies say rising food prices threaten more than 100 million additional people around the world. The head of the World Food Program, Joseph Siren, said the additional 100 million people facing hunger within the past 6 months. She says a major and long-lasting action is needed to prevent a crisis. Such actions, she said, should be like the emergencies effort after a huge wave in the Indian Ocean destroys many coastal communities. In 2004, hundreds of people angry about raising cost of food, like demonstrated in eastern Afghanistan. The protester blocked a main road between the town of Jalalabad and the capital, Kabul. They demanded the government quickly act to decrease food price. Earlier, the Afghan government announced is putting aside $50 million to buy wheat from other countries. Many protesters expressed anger at Pakistan for slowing restricting its food export. Pakistan did so because of its own worries over raising food prices. Countries near Iran and other nations say they support an effort by the Iraqi government increase security and expand the political process. The statement came at the close of talks in Kuwait. The statement also expressed support of Iraq national unity, turning no real claim and the right to freely decide its political future. Delegates at the talks also praised Iraqi Brims Minister Nouri al-Maliki for taking steps against military loyal to government Muqtada al-Assad. American Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice Iraq on its progress. She said Iraq needs the support of its neighbors and countries around the world to success. Is a bomb explosions had killed one Iraqi soldier and wounded four others in the northern city of Mosul. The bomb was attached to a vehicle that Iraqi soldiers were inspecting. Earlier, a suicide bomber killed six people in an attack near the police stations in Diyala province. 12 others were wounded. Most of the victims were policemen, and the United States military say two other bombs killed two American Marines near the western city of Ramadi. The Chinese government say a ship carrying weapons meant for Zimbabwe may be returned to China. The ship has been waiting in the waters near the coast of Southern Africa. It were permitted to enter the South African port of Durban last week, but workers there refused to unload the weapons. Officials of Mozambique have also turned away the ship. A Chinese foreign ministry spokeswoman said the contract for the weapon was signed last year as part of normal military trade. She said the shipment is not connected to Zimbabwe's political crisis. China and France are working to ease tensions. Their relations were After broad Tibet, activists demonstrated during the reign of the Olympic torch in Paris earlier this month. Since then, some Chinese citizens have boycotted French goods and companies. Chinese officials on Tuesday praised how the French company have for the business in China. The officials also thanked the companies for supporting the Olympic Games in Beijing. Sudan has begun a count of and study of its pollution populations for the first time in 15 years. The census is part of peace agreement that ended the country's 21 years civil war. The Sudanese government and the United Nations are paying the census is hope show how will and power is divided in the country. It will also set up voting area and before Sudani's election are held next year. They will be the first democratic elections in the country in 23 years. President Bush, Mexican President Philip Calderon, and Canadian Prime Minister Stephen Harper have ended a two-day meeting in New Orleans, Louisiana. President Bush said the three countries have each gained from the North American Free Trade Agreement. He said now is not the time for renegotiate of the agreement. President Calderon agreed with Mr. Bush comments, saying this is a time to make agreement stronger, not to change or cancel it. Prime Minister Harper had similar comments greeted of NAFTA, including both the Democratic Party presidential candidate, said the United States had lost manufacturing jobs because of the agreement. Reply. Here again is the major news of the hour. Voters in the northeastern American state of Pennsylvania have voted in an important presidential primary contest. Hundreds of people angry about the rising cost of food have demonstrated in eastern Afghanistan, and countries near Iraq say they support effort by their Iraqi government to increase security and expand the political process. Report 2. The main a partisan party in Zimbabwe, a claiming victory in general elections, but elections officials say the main opponents and the ruling party are tied. The latter result showed the ruling party, GNU PF, and the opposition movement of the democratic change, each won 26 seats in parliament. 210 seats were to be decided in the vote Saturday. The MDC disputes the result. It says its own count showed the party winning seats in 69 of 128 parliamentary areas where results have been announced. The MDC also say its founder, Morgan Steggerate, is leading President Robert Mugabe 60 to 30%. No official result from the presidential elections have been announced. Um, American Defense Secretary Robert Graves say recent violence in southern Iraq has not changed American plans to withdraw some troops from Iraq. The troops are expected to leave over the next few months. Mr. Gates spoke in Denmark. He praised Iraqi Prime Minister Nari al-Maliki recent effort against sister militias in the southern city of Pastor. Iraqi and coalition forces in Barras and Badr fought street battles over the past 6 days with militants loyal to extremists streamed Modata outsider. About 400 people were killed in the fighting. America's Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice is urging Iran to stop building more homes on disputed land. She says Israel's continued expansions of settlement violates the peace plan known as the roadmap. Secretary Rice is in Jordan for talks with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas. Mr. Abbas say he expects a peace agreement with Israel by the end of this year. On Sunday, Ms. Rice persuaded Israel and Palestinian officials to ease restrictions on Palestinians living in the outskirts West Bank. President Bush had arrived in Kiev, Europe, the first stop on his Europe trip. The president will attend a meeting of the North Atlantic Treaty Organizations in Romania. He is expected to urge NATO member countries to open memberships to Ukraine and Georgia. But Russia has said it does not want NATO expanding to its borders. NATO leaders are also expected to offer membership to Albania, Croatia, and Macedonia. The new national court in Turkey say it will consider banning the ruling Justice and Development Party. The chief prosecutor has accused the party of violating the country tradition of separating the government from religion. He also believed that many members of the party should be banned from politics for 5 years. The Justice and Development Party denies violating the separations between the government and religions. The party has called the case anti-democratic, a leading international conflict resolutions organizations in Oregon East Timor to do more to stop 100,000 people displaced by unrest in 2006. The International Crisis Group say the country displaced population show that the deeper cause of the conflict 2 years ago remained unresolved. The new ICG report say displaced Tamils remain in camps because they fear new violence or they have no home to return to or are unable to reclaim their home and depend on the free rides that the camp provide. The French Jewish ministry has announced the release from Grand of all six French aid workers found guilty of attempted kidnapping in charge last year. The ministry said they were freed just hours after Jordan residents arrested pardoned them. The six were tried in a Jordan court last year and sentenced to 8 years. In recent, Jack agreed in December to let them serve their sentences in French. The aid workers were arrested injured. While preparing to take 103 American children to France, they said the children had lost their parents and could be placed with European families. And investigations found that most of the children were Chaldean and has at least parents or a guardian still living. A new study by the United States the Department of Agriculture that has American farmer will plant less corn this season through prices are at record highs. The USDA says the amount of land planted with corn will drop by about 8% in part because the price of fertilizers has sharply increased. This has hurt farmer profit. The amount of American land planted in soybean is expected to increase by 18% this season. And now, review. Here again is the major news of the hour. The main opposition party in Zimbabwe is claiming victory in general elections, but elections officials say the main opposition and the ruling party are tied. American Defense Secretary Robert Gates say recent violence in southern Iraq has not changed American plans to withdraw have dropped from Iraq. And America's Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice is urging Israel to stop building more homes on dispute land.